of applause. And our #1 reigning champion, Friendly Pools, 6 years in a row, $39,029. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's go, frogs. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Friendly. And now, representing the Friendly Frogs, singing our national anthem, please rise for Ashley Cole.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Event 21, girls 8 and under, 25-yard breaststroke, C final. Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Ridgewood, Stella Simpson. Lane 8 for Southeast, Kelsey White. Lane 2 for GCC, Vivian Harrell. Lane 7, Della Russell, South Sherwood. Lane 3 for Ridgewood, Abby Turberville. Lane 6 for Ridgewood, Olivia Whitworth. Lane 5, Green Valley, Dottie Parrish. And lane 4, Rosie Mack Friendly. Girls 8 and under, 25-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Southeast, Claire Rich. Lane 2 for Ellie Gilmartin. Lane 3 for Green Valley, Brinley Cole. Lane 4 for Oak Ridge, Addison Zacher. Lane 5 for Cardinal, Emily Cosgrove. Lane 6 for Hamilton Lakes, Jory Lofton. Lane 7 for GCC, Anna Hacker. And lane 8 for Green Valley, Nina Scubin. Girls 8 and under, 25-yard breaststroke, our A final. In lane 1 for the Greensboro Elks, Catherine Apple. Lane 8 for Grandover, Thea Beeson. Lane 2 for Friendly, Rebecca Bowles. Lane 7 for Friendly, Linda Killian. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, Palmer Holloman. Lane 5 for Oak Ridge, Navita Ramesh. And our top qualifier tonight with a time of 21:69 from Oak Ridge, Lulu Lynott. Madam Referee. If we could please have events 24, 25, 26 report to clerk of course. Events 24, 25, and 26 to clerk of course. Events 22, boys 8 and under, 25-yard breaststroke, C final. Madam Referee. In lane 4 for GCC, Whit Klutz. In lane 5 for the Cardinal, Carter Gray. 22, boys 9 and under, 25-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Green Valley, Cole Hummel. Lane 2 for Lake Jeanette, Benview. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, Ethan Hayes. Lane 4 for Friendly, Elias Jones. Lane 5 for Henson Forest, Rion Regmi. Lane 6 for Oak Ridge, Eshawn Pendham. Lane 7 for Oak Ridge, Wesley Whittam. And Lane 8 for GCC, Ellie Jones. Event 22, the boys 8 and under, 25-yard breaststroke, the A final. Lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Cash Ramirez. Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Andrew McFarl. Lane 2 for Friendly, Maverick Zappi. Lane 7 for Hamilton Lakes, Miller Riddle. Lane 3 for Friendly, Owen Burns. Lane 6 for Greensboro Elks, Basha Benchoff. Lane 5 for the Burmill, Deacon Friedrich. And our top qualifier for a time of 2070 from Southeast, Jack Mearns. Madam Referee. Coaches, we need swimmers for events 24, 25, and 26. This meet does not continue without swimmers. Coaches, events 24, 25, 26. Event 23, girls 9, 10, 50-yard breaststroke, C final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for the Cardinals, Sophie Jernigan. Lane 2 for Friendly, Maria Hammond. Lane 3 for Hamilton Lakes, Harper Kirsting. Lane 4 for Green Valley, Caroline McCluskey. Lane 5 for the Cardinal, Rylan Gray. Lane 6 for Oak Ridge, Kelly Burkett. Lane 7 for Starmount, Caroline Marshall. And Lane 8 for Lake Jeanette, Caroline Bavorka Wells. Event 23, girls 9, 10, 50-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. Grandover, Noli Kepley. Lane 2 for Pine Top, Ayla Kozlowski. Lane 3 for Oak Ridge, Emmy Lynott. Lane 4 for Burr Mill, Anna Soulsby. Lane 5 for Hamilton Lakes, Jane Mendendorf. Lane 6 for High Point Elks, Livy Wallace. Lane 7, Brett Cockman from Ridgewood. And Lane 8 from Lake Jeanette, Ella Coffrin. Event 23, the girls 9, 10, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. For Sherwood in lane 1, Lucia Silvigliano. Lane 8 for Burr Mill, Felicity Feardick. Lane 2 for Sherwood, Caitlin Talbot. Lane 7 for Hamilton Lakes, Taylon Garnett. Lane 3 for the Cardinal, Tessa Kurt. Lane 6 for Friendly, Virgin Von Dipley. And in lane 5 for Grandover, Abigail Jeff. And our top qualifier from Friendly with a time of 38:33, MJ Matthews. Madam Referee. Event 24, boys 9, 10, 50-yard breaststroke. C final, Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Henson Forest, Bennett Clark. Lane 2 for Grandover, Jack Southard. Lane 3 for High Point Elks, Wesley Hodgen. Lane 4 for the Cardinal, Andrew Morton. Lane 5 for Greensboro Elks, Thomas Apple. Lane 6 for Sherwood, Carter Paul. Lane 7 for Starmount, Cameron Senna. And lane 8 for Sherwood, Merritt Pace. Event 24, boys 9, 10, 50-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Pine Top, Miles Glessner. Lane 2 for the Greensboro Elks, Quinn Whitehurst. Lane 3 for Friendly, Eli Sappy. Lane 4 for Burr Mill, Sebastian Mayhaw. Lane 5 for Burr Mill, Maddox Neal. Lane 6 for Green Valley, Jakey Zamora. Lane 7 for Friendly, Marco Tamburi. And Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Walker Riddle. Event 24, the boys 9, 10, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. In lane 1 for Lake Jeanette, Jackson No. Lane 8 for the Cardinal, Landon Morton. Lane 2 for Ridgewood, Nolan Quigg. Lane 7 for Lake Jeanette, Elijah Williams. Lane 3 for Ridgewood, Colton Quigg. Lane 6 for the Oak Ridge, Graham Brinker. Lane 5 for the High Point Elks, Stone Cunningham. And our top qualifier in lane 4 from Hamilton Lakes, Kaveen Casa, with a time of 38.96. Madam Referee. Event 25, girls 11-12, 50-yard breaststroke, C final. Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Reagan Bowen. Lane 2 for Ridgewood, Madison Hilliard. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, Madison Lindsay. Lane 5 for Starmount, Caroline Kondrasky. Lane 5 for Friendly, Corey Young. Lane 6 for Friendly, Cassie Auer. Lane 7 for Forest Oaks, Keely Allred. And Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Rosie Logan. Event 25, girls 11-12, 50-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. Lane Lane 1 for Green Valley, Sarah's Colleran. Lane 2 for Southeast, Abigail Cook. Lane 3 for Oak Ridge, June Wilson. Lane 4 for Henson Forest, Charlotte Lavati. Lane 5 for Cardinal, Catherine Morton. Lane 6 for Sherwood, Hannah Willis. Lane 7 for Sherwood, Sally Cook. And in Lane 8 for Sherwood, Harper Lee Netherton. Event 25, girls 11, 12, 50-yard breaststroke. The A final. In lane 1 for Southeast, Lola Londier. Lane 8 for Burmill, Nicole Lee. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Hadley Brinker. Lane 7 for Starmount, Forest, Madeline Braden. Lane 3 for Ridgewood, Taylor Hilliard. Lane 6 for Friendly, Frankie Hogan. Lane 5 for the Cardinal, Peyton Gann. And our top qualifier from Hamilton Lakes with a time of 33:01, Parker Myers. Madam Referee. Event 26, boys 11, 12, 50-yard breaststroke, the C final. Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Nirvan Ramesh. Lane 2 for GCC, Colin Schwab. Lane 3 for Hamilton Lakes, Johnny Duggins. Lane 4 for the Cardinal, Hudson Hill. Lane 5 for Green Valley, Bradford Parish. Lane 6 for Starmount, Jacob Naster. Lane 7 for Burmill, Yusuf Liu. And Lane 8 for Green Valley, Benji Roy. Event 26, boys 11, 12, 50-yard breaststroke. B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Southeast, Teddy Mearns. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Samuel Lopez. Lane 3 for Lake Jeanette, Jonas No. Lane 4 for Sherwood, Massimo Sirigliano. Lane 5 for Grandover, CJ Champion. Lane 6 for Burmill, Lami Idakoa. Lane 7 for GCC, Tom McCarty. And Lane 8 for Henson Forest, William Lindsay. participants, swimmers, spectators, please, if we can make sure that we are quiet at the start of each swim. Please be quiet at the start of the swim. Thank you. Event 26, the boys 11-12, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. In lane 1 for High Point Elks, Connor Seaman. Lane 8 for Southeast, Cooper Jordan. Lane 2 for Lake Jeanette, Damian Williams. Lane 7 for the Elks of Greensboro, Phoenix Chandler. Lane 3 for Oak Ridge, Logan Mungus. Lane 6 for Friendly, Noah Zappi. Lane 5 for the Greensboro Elks, Davis Hazlip. And in lane 4, our top qualifier from Burr Mill with a time of 31:27, Luke Mesneri. Madam Referee.
Next up, we have girls 13 and 14, 50-yard breaststroke. The C final is up next. I don't know what to say. I've never done that. We'll work it out. That's okay, we'll do it.
Event 27, girls 13-14, 50-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Ridgewood, Allie Spurrier. Lane 2 for Sherwood, Mia Holt. Lane 3 for Starmount, Mia Kilby. Lane 4 for Lake Jeanette, Brooke Henderson. Lane 5 for Pine Top, Stevie Grace G. Schaefery. Lane 6 for Greensboro Elks, Auburn Whitehurst. Lane 7 for Southeast, Hosanna Hunt. And in lane 8 for Forest Oaks, Sadie Mae Terrell. Event 27, girls 13-14, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. In lane 1 for Burr Mill, Olivia Mesneri. Lane 8 for Sherwood, Sophia Sirigliano. Lane 2 for Lake Jeanette, Ren Cleaver. Lane 7 for Friendly, Tessa Auer. Lane 3 for Hamilton Lakes, Elizabeth Hill. Lane 6 for Grandover, Kaylee Yawk. Lane 5 for Oak Ridge, Elenia Atkins. And our top qualifier for the High Point Elks with a time of 32:20, Ella Ridge. Madam Referee. Event 28, boys 13-14, 50-yard breaststroke, C final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Grandover, Benjamin Southard. Lane 2 for Hamilton Lakes, Win Moody. Lane 3 for High Point Elks, Roman Biggs. Lane 4 for Southeast, Jeffrey Cook. Lane 5 for Lake Jeanette, Jordan Gatlin. Lane 6 for GCC, Henry Disney. Lane 7 for the Elks of Greensboro, Logan Jenkins. And in Lane 8 for Pine Top, Miles Ciesener. Event 28, boys 13-14, 50-yard breaststroke, the B final. Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Greensboro Elks, Grayson Johnson. Lane 2 for Green Valley, Easton McShay. Lane 3 for Lake Jeanette, David Crumroy. Lane 4 for Grandover, Oliver Everhart. Lane 5 for Oak Ridge, Foster Slaughter. Lane 6 for Oak Ridge, Mason Shire. Lane 7 for Hamilton Lakes, Meisky Hinkle. And in lane 8 for Burmill, Isaac Martin. Event 28, the boys 13-14, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. In lane 1 for Friendly, Franco Flores. Lane 8 for Friendly, Orrin Powell. Lane 2 for Sherwood, Coover Powell. Lane 7 for Lake Jeanette, Tillman Johnson. Lane 3 for the Elks of Greensboro, Davis Wolf. Lane 6 for Oak Ridge, Connor Mungus. Lane 5 for Burmill, Levi Golinsky. And a top qualifier from Sherwood with a time of 30:75, Calvin Talbot. Madam Referee. Coaches, events 41, 42, and 43. Coaches, events 41, 42, 43. Please report to clerk of course. Event 29, girls 15-19, 50-yard breaststroke, the C final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Friendly, Katie Auer. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Maddie McDowell. Lane 3 for Ridgewood, Mary Gaylord. Lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes, Aaliyah Morrissey. Lane 5 for Hamilton Lakes, Allison Bowing. Lane 6 for Burmill, Annabeth Heat. Lane 7 for the High Point Elks, Avery Tarter. Lane 8 for Starmount Forest, Susanna Crocker. Event 29, girls 15-19, 50-yard breaststroke, the B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Sherwood, Samantha Maley. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Kaylee Ramirez. Lane 3 for Green Valley, Mirabella Grubb. Lane 4 for Grandover, Carolina Bumgarner. Lane 5 for the Elks of Greensboro, Layla Size. Lane 6 for Southeast, Ellen Dimmick. Lane 7 for Lake Jeanette, Mary Sellers Payne. And in lane 8 for Green Valley, Shelby Dugas. Event 29, the girls 15-19, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. In lane 1 for Sherwood, Millie Hardwig. Lane 8 for Green Valley, Marley Dugas. Lane 2 for Southeast, Anna Dimmick. Lane 7 for Friendly, Camille Millard. Lane 3 for Starmount Forest, Poppy Manning. Lane 6 for Sherwood, Katie Willie. Lane 5 for Friendly, Abby Townsend. And our top qualifier from Southeast with a time of 31:56, Anya Dawson. Madam Referee. Folks, let's remember, this is the second time I'm having to say this. Quiet, please, at the start. Everyone in the auditorium, let's be quiet at the start. Thank you. Events 30, boys 15-19, 50-yard breaststroke, the C final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Lake Jeanette, Asher Eckel. Lane 2 for Lake Jeanette, Adrian Dancusi. Lane 3 for GCC, Cale Coker. Lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes, Trip Hinkle. Lane 5 for Sherwood, J.W. Poole. Lane 6 for Southeast, Jude Cooper. Lane 7 for Starmount Forest, Thomas Haywood. And in Lane 8 for the Cardinal, Jacob Simpson. Event 30, boys 15-19, 50-yard breaststroke, B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Carson Smith. Lane 2 for Elks of Greensboro, Sal Strafacci. Lane 3 for Friendly, Colin Auer. Lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes, Mason Duggins. Lane 5 for Friendly, Alex Powell. Lane 6 for Ridgewood, Camden Schroyer. Lane 7 for Oak Ridge, Davis Dodge. Lane 8 for High Point Elks, Julian Seaman. Event 30, the boys 15-19, 50-yard breaststroke, the A final. In lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Tristan Atkins. Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Finn McGonigal. Lane 2 for Henson Forest, Bryson Gaines. Lane 7 for Burr Mill, George Gia. Lane 3 for High Point Elks, Colt Wallace. Lane 6 for Burr Mill, Ryan Mesneri. Lane 5 for Friendly, Harris Abernathy. And our top qualifier from Sherwood with a time of 27:67, Albert Smelzer. Madam Referee.
Swimmers, it's time for our first round of awards for events 21 through 28. If you'll please direct your attention to the podium. For event 21, 8 and under girls, 25 breaststroke. Third place, Palmer Holloman from Henson Forest. Second place, Rebecca Bowles from the Friendly Frogs. And your top finisher tonight, Lulu Linnett from Oak Ridge, Orcas. And now, turning our attention to the boys 8 and under 25 breast. In third place, Maverick Sappy for the Friendly Frogs. Second place, Deacon Friedrich from Burmill. And our top finisher tonight, Jack Mearns from Southeast Swim Club. Event 23, girls 9-10, 50-yard breaststroke. In third place, Tessa Kerr from the Cardinal. Second place, Abigail Giroff from Grandover. And your top finisher in the 50-yard 9-10 breaststroke, MJ Matthews from the Friendly Frogs. And turning to the boys for the 9-10 50-yard breaststroke. Your third place finisher tonight is Graham Brinker from Oak Ridge. Second place, Colton Quick from Ridgewood. And your top finisher tonight, Kaveen Casa from Hamilton Lakes. Now turning to the 11-12 50-yard breaststroke championship. Third place, Peyton Gann of the Cardinal. Second place, Taylor Hilliard from Wedgwood. And your top finisher, Parker Myers from Hamilton Lakes. And now for the boys, 11-12, 50-yard breaststroke. Your third place finisher is Davis Hayslip from Greensboro Elks. And in second place this evening, it's Noah Selfie from Friendly. And your top finisher is Luke Masneri from Burmill. '14 girls 50-yard breaststroke championship swim. Your third place finisher is Alania Atkins from Oak Ridge. Your second place finisher is Callie Joff from Grandover. And your top finisher in the 13-14 breaststroke champ is our Ridge High Point Elks. And turning to our boys for the 13-14 50-yard breaststroke championship swim. In third place from Greensboro Elks, we have Davis Wolf. And from Vermill in second place, we have Levi Golinsky. And your top finisher in the 13-14 breaststroke championship from Sherwood is Calvin Talbot. Well done, swimmers. Back to the pool.
Girls, 8 and under 25 bar butterfly, C final. Madam Referee.
Please remain quiet at the start, swimmers. The heat will not begin until the pool deck is quiet. Please, everyone, remain silent on the start for the swimmers can hear. Thank you. In lane 1, we have Charlotte Craven from Grandover. Lane 2, Nora McLaughlin from the Cardinal. Ellie Gilmartin, lane 3 from Sedgefield. Lane 4, Amelia Petillo from Grandover. Lane 5, we have Madeline DeWeese from Greensboro Elks. Lane 6, Audrey Allen from Starmount. Lane 7, Julia Brantley from GCC. And lane 8, Brinley Coley from Green Valley. .25 fly, B final. Madam Referee. In lane 1, Savannah Jarrett from Lake Jeanette. Lane 2, Magnolia O'Hare from Hamilton Lakes. Lane 3, Asterisk Gaddison Canstor from Ridgewood. Lane 4, Emmy Quidlandro from Sherwood. Lane 5, Mara Wall from Lake Jeanette. Lane 6, Brooklyn Brinker from Oak Ridge. 7, we have Amelia Shade from High Point Elks. In lane 8, Lyndon Killian from Friendly Frogs.
A final for girls, 8 and under 25-yard butterfly. In lane 8 from Friendly, Rebecca Bowles. In lane 1 from Southeast, Cora Kimbrell. In 7 from Lake Jeanette Lightning, Ashley Hilty. In 2 from Hamilton Lakes, Charlotte O'Hare. In 6 from Oak Ridge, McAllister Hanner. In 3 from Oak Ridge, Nervita Ramesh. In 5 from Henson Forest, Emerson Lewis. And tonight's top qualifier for your final with a time of 19:01, swimming for Sherwood, in lane 4, Avery Wagbo. Madam Referee.
We have event 42, boys 8 and under 25-yard butterfly championship, the C final. Madam Referee. In lane 1, we have Everett Ellington from Greensboro Elks. Lane 2, Cash Ramirez from Oak Ridge. Lane 3, Hendrik Terhag from Cardinal. Lane 4, Masa Punjab from Greensboro Elks. Lane 5, Wells Gill from Starmount. Lane 6, Whit Klotz from GCC. 7, Eli Reaney from High Point Elks. And 8, Richard Biggs from Lake Jeanette. .25 boys fly. We have the B final. Madam Referee.
Lane 7 for GCC, Ellis Jones. Lane 2 for Hamilton Lakes, Holden Gustafson. Lane 3 for Friendly, Boone Hayes. Lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes, Miller Riddle. Lane 5 for Burr Mill, Gabrielle Aylas. Lane 6 for Hanson Forest, Evan Hart. Lane 7 for Friendly, Maverick Sapie. Lane 8 for Burr Mill, Jonah Dedinger. Event 42, boys 8 and under 25-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for GCC, Worth Johnson. Lane 2 for Green Valley, Owen Furl. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, Harker Gaines. Lane 5 for Friendly, Owen Burns. Lane 6 for Henson Forest, Miles Holm. Lane 7 for Ridgewood, Owen Gillette. And lane 8 for Oak Ridge, Wyatt Ellis. And in lane 4, our top qualifier of the night with a time of 18:67 from Ridgewood, Kaysen Moore. Madam Referee. Event 43, girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly, heats C final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Henson Forest, Emerson Lindsay. Lane 2 for Sherwood, Izzy Melvin. Lane 3 for Oak Ridge, Kirby McDonald. Lane 4 for Green Valley, Ava Harris. Lane 5 for Friendly, Virginia Von DeLip. Lane 6 for Forest Oaks, Cameron Brooks. Lane 7 for Hamilton Lakes, Harper Coasting. And in lane 8 for Green Valley, Heidi Andrews. Event 43, girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly, B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Lake Jeanette, Stella Rush. Lane 2 for the Cardinals, Sophie Jernigan. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, Olivia Hyatt. Lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes, Emma Garnett. Lane 5 for Grandover, Kristen Kalbaugh. Lane 6 for Friendly, Sophie Gould. Lane 7 for Burr Mill, Smith Klutz. And Lane 8 for Green Valley, Audrey Van Voren. Event 43, the girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Lake Jeanette, Cora Rogers. Lane 8 for Sherwood, Stewart, Montana. Lane 2 for the Elks of Greensboro, May Wolf. Lane 7 for the Cardinal, Tessa Kerr. Lane 3 for Lake Jeanette, Robin Cleaver. Lane 6 for Oak Ridge, Cora Gibson. Lane 5 for Grandover, Hattie Craven. And in lane 4, our top qualifier from Ridgewood with a time of 29:70, Lola Southard. Madam Referee. Event 44, the boys 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly. C final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for GCC, Cameron Mailer. Lane 2 for Friendly, William Hammond. Lane 3 for Sherwood, Graham Carson. Lane 4 for Henson Forest, Sloan Kemp. Lane 5 for Hamilton Lakes, Everett O'Hare. Lane 6 for Sherwood, Thomas Topuko. Lane 7 for the Elks, Quinn Whitehurst. Lane 8 for Burr Mill, Jeff Wang. Event 44, boys 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly, B final. Madam Referee. For lane 1 for Friendly for Sager. Lane 2 for Green Valley, Anderson Fry. Lane 3 for the Blue Dolphins, Cross Johnson. Lane 4 for Ridgewood, Andy McCutcheon. Lane 5 for Lake Jeanette, Elijah Williams. Lane 6 for Southeast, Elliott Zimmer. Lane 7 for the Cardinal, Ben Stoltz. And in lane 8 for Friendly, Marco Tamburi. Event 44, the boys 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Sherwood, Tana Kirby. Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Quinn Riley. Lane 2 for Pearl Mill, Sawyer Heath. Lane 7 for the Elks of High Point, Campbell Wilhelm. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, William Holloman. Lane 6 for Ridgewood, Colton Quigg. Lane 5 for Lake Jeanette, Isaac Carter. And in lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes with a top qualifying time of 31:42, Kaveen Casa, Madam referee. Events 47 and 48, please report to Clerk of Course. Events 47 and 48. Clerk of Course, thank you. Event 45, girls 11, 12, 50-yard butterflies, C final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Henson Forest, Melissa Romano. Lane 2 for Burmell, Lena Ulrich. Lane 3 for Sherwood, Sally Cook. Lane 4 for Sherwood, Harper Lee Netherton. Lane 5 for Lake Jeanette, Josie Brown. Lane 6 for Oak Ridge, Reagan Bowen. Lane 7 for Friendly, Rose Harlow. And in lane 8 for Green Valley, Beth Vanderlinden. Event 45, girls 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly, B final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Henson Forest, Annabelle Kuntz. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Maddie Lineup. Lane 3 for Ridgewood, Juliana Gillet. Lane 4 for Green Valley, Clara Van Voren. Lane 5 for Burr Mill, Nicole Lee. Lane 6 for Green Valley, Source Colleran. Lane 7 for Southeast, Harper Harrelson. Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Izzy Gerard. Event 45, the girls 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Ridgewood, Olivia King. Lane 8 for Friendly, Rayleigh Sorrell. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Charlotte Slaughter. Lane 7 for Sherwood, Madeline Foucher. Lane 3 for the Elks of Greensboro, Charlotte Grimsley. Lane 6 for the Greensboro Elks, Ella Kirby. Lane 5 for Ridgewood, Caroline Conway. And our top qualifier in lane 4 for Burmill with a time of 28:82, Kaylee Wang. Madam Referee. Event 46, boys 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly, C final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Sherwood, Griffin Kirby. Lane 2 for Ridgewood, Matt Cockman. Lane 3 for High Point Elks, Benji Hayden. Lane 4 for Oak Ridge, Edward Lopez. Lane 5 for Southeast, Nolan Smith. Lane 6 for GCC, Tom McCarty. Lane 7, Henson Forest, William Lindsay. And Lane 8 for Hamilton Lakes, Porter Mason. Event 46, boys 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly, B final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Samuel Lopez. Lane 2 for Burmill, Rami Adekoya. Lane 3 for Burmill, Cooper Klutz. Lane 4 for Hamilton Lakes, Nathan Tuma. Lane 5 for Ridgewood, Wyatt Strader. Lane 6 for Grandover, Max Boniva. Lane 7 for Oak Ridge, Logan Mungus. And Lane 8 for GCC, Alston Mailer. Once again, folks, we get everyone's attention before this next final. We need everyone to try to be quiet as much as they can before the start. Event 46, boys 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Friendly, Josh Townsend. Lane 8 for Lake Jeanette, Connor Summers. Lane 2 for Southeast, Elliot Schaffner. Lane 7 for Lake Jeanette, Damian Williams. Lane 3 for Henson Forest, Trent Teo. Lane 6 for the Elks of Greensboro, David Hazlip. Lane 5 for Burmill, Dudu Zhang. And in lane 4, Our top qualifier for Hamilton Lakes with a time of 26:86, Samuel Trevino, Madam Referee. Event 47, the girls 13-14 50-yard butterfly. C final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Sherwood, Sadie Foster. Lane 2 for Lake Jeanette, Vivian Gustafsson. Lane 3 for Friendly, Elliot Alexander. Lane 4 for the Elks of Greensboro, Roy O'Neill. Lane 5 for Starmount, Mia Kilby. Lane 6 for Green Valley, Ahobin Colleran. Lane 7 for Cardinal, Hunter Morgan. And lane 8 for Lake Jeanette, Kara Edwards. Event 47, girls 13-14 50-yard butterfly, B final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Southeast, Hosanna Hunt. Lane 2 for Grandover, Catherine Caldwell. Lane 3 for Lake Jeanette, Ren Cleaver. Lane 4, Oak Ridge, Elena Atkins. Lane 5, Sherwood, Maddie Montana. Lane 6 for Friendly, Raina Gould. Lane 7 for Green Valley, Ruby Duncan. And lane 8 for Ridgewood, Charlotte Borgna. Event 47, the girls 13-14 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Henson Forest, Sadie Ross. Lane 8 for Oak Ridge, Christine Wynn. Lane 2 for Friendly, Ava Voss. Lane 7 for Hamilton Lake, Rollins Borchard. Lane 3 for Hamilton Lakes, Lily Todd. Lane 6 for Sherwood, Kendall Abram. Lane 5 for Oak Ridge, Mallory McDonald. And our top qualifier from Hamilton Lakes with a time of 27:42, Lucy Crutchfield, Madam Referee. Event 48, boys, 13-14, 50-yard butterfly, C final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Burr Mill, Miles Porter. Lane 2 for Starman, Andrew Naster. Lane 3 for Hamilton Lakes, Tristan Navib. Lane 4 for Lake Jeanette, Wesley Keene. Lane 5 for Friendly, Watts Van Patter. Lane 6 for Burr Mill, John Soulsby. Lane 7 for Lake Jeanette, Luke McCall. And lane 8 for Grandover, Banks Rabe. Event 48, boys, 13-14, 50-yard butterfly, B final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Oak Ridge, Caleb Sigmund. Lane 2 for Oak Ridge, Connor Mungus. Lane 3 for the Elks of Greensboro, Oliver Smith. Lane 4 for Friendly, Oren Powell. Lane 5 for Sherwood, Harrison Gill. Lane 6 for Friendly, J.P. Hammond. Lane 7 for Cardinal, Matthew Stoltz. Lane 8 for Forest Oaks, Kingston Hobbs. Event 48, boys, 13-14, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Burr Mill, Kyler Neal. Lane 8 for GCC, Morgan Wiswall. Lane 2 for Grandover, Keenan Dawson. Lane 7 for Southeast, Nicholas Dawson. Lane 3 for the Elks of Greensboro, Benjamin Saslow. Lane 6 for Hamilton Lakes, Luke Todd. Lane 5 for Starmount, Weston Kondrowski. And in lane 4, our top qualifier from Sherwood with a time of 26:64, William Netherton, Madam Referee. girls 15-19, 50-yard butterfly. C final, Madam Referee. In lane 1 for Ridgewood, Lucy Gaylord. Lane 2 for GCC, Ella Woods. Lane 3 for Ridgewood, Player Morris. Lane 4 for Sherwood, Samantha Maley. Lane 5 for Southeast, Juliana Singleton. Lane 6 for Henson Forest, Anya Kanye. Lane 7 for the Elks, Holland Kennedy. Lane 8 for Henson Forest, Helena Goddard. Event 49, girls 15-19, 50-yard butterfly, B final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Green Valley, Marley Dugas. Lane 2 for Henson Forest, Lauren Lavati. Lane 3 for High Point Elks, Parker Ridge. Lane 4 for Oak Ridge, Mackenzie Smith. Lane 5 for Hamilton Lakes, Gabriella Trevino. Lane 6 for the Elks of High Point, Molly King. Lane 7 for Sherwood, Katie Wiley. And lane 8 for Green Valley, Violet Van Voren. Event 49, girls 15-19, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for the Elks of Greensboro, Emma Suits. Lane 8 for Cardinal, Cameron Matthews. Lane 2 for Southeast, Anya Dawson. Lane 7 for Oak Ridge, Allison Adams. Lane 3 for Friendly, Ashley Cole. Lane 6 for Lake Jeanette, Amelia Wolf. Lane 5 for Lake Jeanette, Caitlin Henderson. And our top qualifier from Sherwood with a time of 26:57, Riley Ramser, Madam Referee. Event 50, boys 15-19, 50-yard butterflies, C final, Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Southeast, Logan Morris. Lane 2 for Hamilton Lake, West Crutchfield. Lane 3 for Lake Jeanette, Owen Keene. Lane 4 for Burmill, Edward Z. Lane 5 for Oak Ridge, Lucas Giappetto. Lane 6 for Lake Jeanette, Finley Rosado. Lane 7 for the Cardinal, Jacob Simpson. Lane 8 for Lake Jeanette, Asher Eckel. Event 50, boys 15-19, 50-yard butterfly, B final. Madam Referee. Lane 1 for Friendly, Alex Powell. Lane 2 for Cardinal, Kyle Haslam. Lane 3 for High Point Elks, Henry Matthews. Lane 4 for Henson Forest, Noah Morgan. Lane 5 for Sherwood, Charlie Benoit. Lane 6 for Henson Forest, Jake Lavati. Lane 7 for Ridgewood, William Preston. And in lane 8 for Sherwood, Bo Cook. Event 50, boys 15-19, 50-yard butterfly, the A final. In lane 1 for Southeast, Killian Piner. Lane 8 for Henson Forest, Bryson Gaines. Lane 2 for Hamilton Lakes, Finn McConigal. Lane 7 for Oak Ridge, Jacob Cockle. Lane 3 for Grandover, Arthur Neighbors. Lane 6 for Vermill, Nick Brooks. Lane 5 for Southeast, Avery Mitchum. And our top qualifier from Sherwood with a time of 21:78, Albert Smelzer. Madam Referee. That's an unofficial city meet record for Albert Smelzer for Sherwood. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will focus our attention and we will give out the awards for events 29 through 46. For event 29, girls, 15-19 50-yard breaststroke championship. In third place from Southeast, Anna Demig. In second place from Friendly, Abby Townsend. And our city meet champion from Southeast, Anya Dawson. Now for event 30, the boys 15-19 50-yard breaststroke champs. In third place from Henson Forest, Bryson Gaines. In second place from Friendly, Harris Abernathy. And in first place from Sherwood with a time of 27:23, Albert Smelzer. And now for the awards for event 41, girls 8 and under, 25-yard butterfly. In third place from Henson Forest, Emerson Lewis. We'll reset this one again. Event 41, girls 8 and under, 25 butterfly champs. In third place, from Henson Forest, Emerson Lewis. Emerson's on her way. In second place from Oak Ridge, Nervita Ramesh. And in first place from Sherwood with a time of 18:60, Avery Wogbu. Winners for event 42, boys 8 and under, 25-yard butterfly. And third place for Friendly, Owen Burns. From Henson Forest in second place, Harker Gaines. And our champion from Ridgewood with a time of 17:40, Kaysen Lohr. Winners for event 43, girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly. We will consider this the passing of the torch. Passing out the medals tonight is our city meet champion from 2013, Omega Penix. In third place for the Greensboro Elks, May Wolf. In second place for the Lake Jeanette Lightning, Robin Cleaver. And in first place with a new city meet record, displacing Omega's past record from 2013 with a time of 28:74, Lola Southard. Event 44, the boys 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly champs. In third place from Burmill, Sawyer Heath. In second place from the Lake Jeanette Lightning, Isaac Carter. And in first place from Hamilton Lakes with a time of 30:37, Kaveen Casa. Now for the winners of event 45, girls 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly. In third place from the Greensboro Elks, Charlie Grimsley. In second place from Ridgewood, Caroline Conway. And in first place with a time of 28:13 from Burmill, Kaylee Wang. Winners from event 46, the boys 11, 12, 50-yard butterfly. In third place for the Greensboro Elks, Davis Hazlip. And second place for Burmill, Dudu Zhang. And in first place from Hamilton Lakes with a time of 26:38, Samuel Trevino. And continuing on to event 47, our girls 13, 14, 50-yard butterfly champs. In third place from Oak Ridge, Mallory McDonald. In second place from Hamilton Lakes, Lily Todd. And in first place with a time of 26:91 from Hamilton Lakes, Lucy Crutchfield. And wrapping up our last awards for this session, boys 13, 14, 50-yard butterfly. In third place, from the Elks of Greensboro, Benjamin Saslow. From Starmount, in second place, Weston Kondrasky. And in first place, from Sherwood with a time of 25:54, William Netherton. We now will return to the pool deck with event 31. Event 31, the girls 8 and under 100-yard medley relay. Madam Referee. In lane 1, Forest Oaks. Lane 2, Starmount. Lane 3, Lake Jeanette. Lane 4, Green Valley. Lane 5, Ridgewood. Lane 6, Grandover. Lane 7, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 8, Burmill. Quick announcement for folks. Look in your pockets. If you're missing your car key and you drive a Toyota, come see me. I may have your car key. 1, girls 8 and under, 100-yard medley relay. Heat 2, Madam Referee. In the water, lane 1, Henson Forest. Lane 2, Sherwood. Lane 3, Finley. Lane 4, Oak Ridge. Lane 5, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 6, the Cardinal. Lane 7, Southeast. And in lane 8, the Blue Dolphins of GCC. Event 32, the boys 8 and under, 100-yard medley relay. Heat 1, Madam Referee. In lane 2, Sherwood. Lane 3, Lake Jeanette. Lane 4, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 5, Ridgewood. Lane 6, the Cardinal. It's turning into a lost and found down here, folks. I found someone's cell phone in the restroom. I don't know whose it is. The home screen shows the planet Earth. If you're missing your cell phone with the home screen of the planet Earth, please come to the announcer section. Right now I got a cell phone in a car. This is a great job. Event 32, boys 8 and under 100-yard medley relay. Heat 2, Madam Referee. GCC Blue Dolphins. Lane 2, Green Valley. Lane 3, Henson Forest. Lane 4, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 5, Friendly. Lane 6, Burnell. Lane 7, Oak Ridge. And in Lane 8, Southeast. Event 33, the girls 9-10 200-yard medley relay. Heat 1, Madam Referee. In the water, lane 3, Pine Top. Lane 4, the High Point Elks. Lane 5, the GCC Blue Dolphins. 2, boys 8 and under, 100-yard medley relay. Heat 2. Madam Referee. Excuse me, I said that wrong. We are on event 33. Girls 9-10. Heat 2. Now, Madam Referee. In the water in lane 1 for Starmount. Lane 2, Hinson Forest. Lane 3, Green Valley. Lane 4, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 5, Burr Mill. Lane 6, Forest Oaks. And lane 7, Southeast. And coaches, just a reminder, once the 8 and under, and now that they've been completed, there are no coaches allowed behind the blocks. No coaches behind the blocks once the 8 and unders have now been completed. Thank you. Event 33, girls 9-10, 200-yard medley relay. Heat 3, Madam Referee. Lane 1, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 2, Friendly. Lane 3, Grandover. Lane 4, Ridgewood. Lane 5, Lake Jeanette. Lane 6, Sherwood. Lane 7, the Cardinal. And in lane 8, the Orcas of Oak Ridge. Event 34, the boys 9-10 200-yard medley relay. Heat 1, Madam Referee. Pine Top, lane 2 southeast, lane 3 Oak Ridge, lane 4 the Blue Dolphins, lane 5 Sherwood, lane 6 Henson Forest, lane 7 the Oaks of Greensboro. And 34, boys ninth and 200-yard medley, heat 2. Madam Referee. Event 35, girls 11-12, 200-yard medley relay, heat 1. Madam Referee. Heat 1 in lane 1, the High Point Elks, lane 2, Lake Jeanette, lane 3, Cardinal, lane 4, Hamilton Lakes, lane 5, Southeast, lane 6, Starmount, lane 7, Forest Oaks, in lane 8, Pine Top. Event 35, girls 11-12, 200-yard medley relay, Heat 2. Madam Referee. Lane 1, Friendly. Lane 2, Burr Mill. Lane 3, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 4, Oak Ridge. Lane 5, Ridgewood. Lane 6, Sherwood. Lane 7, Green Valley. And Lane 8, Henson Forest. Event 36, the boys 11-12, 200-yard medley relay, Heat 1. Madam Referee. Heat 1 in the water. Lane 1, Starmount. Lane 2, GCC. Lane 3, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 4, Sherwood. Lane 5, Ridgewood. Lane 6, Henson Forest. Lane 7, Grandover. And Lane 8, the Cardinal. Event 36, boys 11-12, 200-yard medley relay, Heat 2. Madam Referee. Lane 1, Southeast. Lane 2, Oak Ridge. Lane 3, Lake Jeanette. Lane 4, Burr Mill. Lane 5, Friendly. Lane 6, the High Point Elks. Lane 7, Hamilton Lakes. And then lane 8, the Gators of Green Valley. Event 37, the girls 13-14, 200-yard medley relay, Heat 1. Madam Referee. Heat 1, lane 1, Starmount, lane 2, the Cardinal, lane 3, Forest Oaks, lane 4, Green Valley, lane 5, High Point Elks, lane 6, the Elks of Greensboro, lane 7, Henson Forest. Event 37, girls 13-14, 200-yard medley relay, Heat 2. Madam Referee. Lane 1, Ridgewood. Lane 2, Lake Jeanette. Lane 3, Friendly. Lane 4, Oak Ridge. Lane 5, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 6, Sherwood. Lane 7, Carandover. And Lane 8, Buttermill. Event 38, boys 13-14, 200-yard medley relay, Heat 1. Madam Referee. Lane 3, Henson Forest. Lane 4, Starmount. Lane 5, Southeast. Even 38, boys 13-14, 200-yard medley relay, heat 2. Madam referee. Lane 2, the Blue Dolphins. The GCC, lane 3, Ridgewood. Lane 4, Lake Jeanette. Lane 5, Green Valley. And in lane 6, the High Point Elks. Even 38, boys 13-14, 200-yard medley relay, heat 3. Madam referee. Lane 1, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 2, Finley. Lane 3, Oak Ridge. Lane 4, Sherwood. Lane 5, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 6, Grandover. Lane 7, Burmill. And Lane 8, the Cardinal. Then 39, girls 15-19, 200-yard medley relay. Heat 1, Madam Referee. Lane 3, Pine Top. And in lane 4, Grandover. Event 39, girls 15-19, 200-yard medley relay. Heat 2, Madam Referee. Lane 1, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 2, Ridgewood. Lane 3, GCC. Lane 4, Elks of Greensboro. Lane 5, High Point Elks. Lane 6, Starmount. And in lane 7, Burmill. Even 39, girls 15-19, 200-yard medley relay, heat 3. Madam Referee. Lane 1, Henson Forest. Lane 2, Friendly. Lane 3, Sherwood. Lane 4, Lake Jeanette. Lane 5, Green Valley. Lane 6, Southeast. Lane 7, Oak Ridge. And Lane 8, the Cardinal. Even 40, the boys 15-19, 200-yard medley relay, heat 1. Madam Referee. Lane 1, GCC Blue Dolphins. Lane 2, the Elks of Greensboro. Lane 3, the Cardinal. Lane 4, Hamilton Lakes. Lane 5, the Lightning of Lake Jeanette. Lane 6, Ridgewood. Lane 7, Starmount Forest. And in Lane 8, the Grandover. 27-40. Boys 15-19, 200-yard medley relay. Heat 2. Madam Referee. Lane 1, Findlay. Lane 2, Oak Ridge. Lane 3, the Elks of High Point. Lane 3, Henson Forest. Lane 5, Bowville. Lane 6, Southeast. Lane 7, Sherwood. And Lane 8, the Gators of Green Valley. All right, folks, we will conclude tonight's event with our final awards, beginning with event 49, girls 15-19, 50-yard butterfly. In third place for the Lake Jeanette Lightning, Amelia Wolf. In second place for the Lightning, Caitlin Henderson. And in first place from Sherwood with a time of 26:29, Riley Ramser. Now for event 50, our boys 15-19, 50-yard butterfly. In third place from Oak Ridge, Jacob Koppel. In second place from Hamilton Lakes, Finn McGonigal. And in first place with an official city meet record from Sherwood with a time of 21:39, Albert Smelzer.
Good job, guys. That was a record.
Now moving on to event 31, our girls 8 and under 100-yard medley relay champs. In third place from Hamilton Lakes,
Makes me uncomfortable.
in second place, the Friendly Frogs. And in first place, from Oak Ridge, and now for event 32, the boys 8 and under 100-yard medley relay. In third place, Burr Mill. In second place, Henson Forrest. And our winners this year, Hamilton Lakes. Now for event 33, our girls 9-10 200-yard medley relay. In third place, the Grandover Griffins. In second place, the Lightning from Lake Jeanette. And in first place, from Ridgewood, and now for event 34, the boys 9-10 200-yard medley relay. And third place, Burmill. In second place, Ridgewood. And in first place, the Lake Jeanette Lightning. And now for event 35, the girls 11-12 200-yard medley relay. In third place, the Greensboro Elks. In second place, Ridgewood. And in first place, Oak Ridge. Now for the winners of event 36, the boys 11-12 200-yard medley relay. In third place, Hamilton Lakes. In second place, Lake Jeanette. And your winners, the Friendly Frogs. event 37, your girls 13-14, 200-yard medley. In third place, Sherwood. In second place, Oak Ridge. And your winners, Hamilton Lakes. For event 38, boys 13-14, 200-yard medley relay. In third place, Grandover. In second place, the Elks of Greensboro. And your winners from Sherwood. Event 39, our girls 15-19, 200-yard medley relay. In third place, the Lightning from Lake Jeanette. In second place, the Friendly Frogs. And your winners, Sherwood. And for our last event of the evening, our boys 15-19, 200-yard medley relay. In third place, Burmill. In second place, the Friendly Frogs. And your winners tonight, Henson Forest. Thank everyone for coming out tonight. That concludes the evening. Doors open tomorrow at 6:15. Warm-ups begin at 7:15. Don't forget, if you drive a Toyota and you're missing your key, it's down at the announcer desk. Good night.